Welcome back to the Nose Plays Total War Warhammer 2. We're going to continue our Total War Tuesday series once again, albeit a day late, but we are going to get it out this week. Last week was a very frustrating series of unfortunate events that actually ended in our favor. So just to recap what happened last game, we were building up two nice stacks of units, both of which had a little bit of armor penetration, and were going to be at least somewhat capable of softening up the dwarfs to the south in Karak Norn that we've been eyeballing for quite some time now. The problem is, right as we finished our armies and we're going to start heading south, I got a quest to sack Death Gorge, and there were a number of very promising rewards. So the first reward, just winning a battle, was one of them, and that gave us 1,500 gold in our treasury. We also completed the quest for the Warp Shard armor, which is good. Queek now has the Warp Shard armor and another 1,500 gold. And then finally, we had a quest to, or not a quest, but we ended up sacking Death Gorge, rather than taking it, because I don't really plan on defending it, at least not at this point. And we got another 1,500 gold, so our money situation is much better than it was. Also, we lost a lot of units in this fight, and so you can see our money situation is actually much better now that we're not supporting two full stacks of army. We got a couple other rewards. A Pyrrhic victory. We used the Earthquake ability, and I probably could have engaged that fight a little bit differently than I did, but it worked out okay in the end, I think. The one concern that we have is that as soon as this happened, the Greenskin armies headed down this way and are kind of threatening us. So, the first thing that I want to do is get into the diplomacy screen and see if we can't have a little chat with these guys.
Now then, speak quick, cause you caught me in a good mood.
Well, I'm glad you're in a good mood.
Not doing that.
What if we give you a little bit of gold?
Not happening.
Alright. Let's see if I can... How much gold is it going to take to get... So, likelihood of success is moderate. If I add... That doesn't go up. Let's try adding a little bit more than that. Still at moderate. Does that change it to moderate? No. Maybe we should try this from the other direction. Yeah, there's no way they're taking a deal. Alright. Well, it was worth a shot. I'm really concerned, and I'm not quite sure whether it would be best to consolidate our forces or not. The catapults, probably not. The wind globadiers, maybe. If we merge them, we'll lose one unit. And the clan rats. Merge those.
I lead.
Okay. I don't want to move these guys away from each other until next turn. I do have the ability to go into ambush stance. I also have the ability to go to encampment stance. Yes. Okay, we got a couple options here. So I could run this army out, but if we do that, there's a fair chance that we're going to get attacked by these guys and we'll be in bad shape, so I don't want to do that. Well, the only reason that I might consider doing that actually is because if we don't, we might get attacked by both of these armies. So let's go ahead and run him.
Distance to cover.
And let's try to get away from these guys.
Quick says no.
Alright. This might be our best effort to try to get away from these guys and not get slaughtered. There's a good chance that they will ignore us and go for Death Gorge instead. And I will be just peachy keen with that. Alright. What else can we do this turn? Anything? We're definitely not going to be building that up. I do have the ability to upgrade some things over here. Public order is pretty well under control, so I'm not too concerned about public order. I guess one option is that I can go ahead and grab this. My current public order is +4. Yeah. I could upgrade this, but I'm really saving up for this. So, how far out are we? Turns until surplus points. It looks like we already have 5 surplus points, so we should be able to build this. We just need to save up the money for it. So maybe that's what we do for the next few turns, rather than replenishing our army. Just come back here and regroup. I think that's probably going to be what's best.
Rats are not content.
Lost Plateau has the potential to build some things, but like I said, we want to save our money. So I think we're going to skip the building and end our turn. And hope that we don't get attacked. We'll see what happens. So, as I pointed out in my news video, I am going to plan on continuing this series at least through the month of October. If I continue to get a fair number of viewers, I may continue it further than that depending on how we're doing. I think there's a good chance that I'm going to totally muff this up and we may end up losing the game before then. I'm not a very experienced Total War player, so if that hasn't been painfully obvious, that is indeed the case. If you have any tips or tricks for me to help my gameplay, let me know. I did kind of choose a harder game to start with, and there is a chance that I will continue this series past October, maybe with another faction. if we do get snuffed out, but it will really depend on how many people are interested in watching it. The one thing that I have noticed about Mortal Empires that's fairly obnoxious is the length of the turns. When you do end turns, there's a lot of things going on, and it's a very big map. And unfortunately, that just means a lot of downtime in between turns. So I apologize if I'm not always the most talkative during those times, but I try to be. Greenskins have confederated with the Bloody Hands, and they did go ahead and take Death Gorge, which I'm perfectly happy with. We've researched the Menace below, so we get an additional 10 leadership when laying siege, and siege holdout timers are reduced by 1. Okay, what I really want to do right now is move all these units into Queek's army and go ahead and disband him for a little while. We can pick him back up. Do I want to disband him? That is a good question. He's costing me a little bit more than 300 per turn, and there's a percent penalty, so it's even more than that actually, just for having him around without an army. I guess it really depends on how many turns we're going to leave him off. Let's take a look at recruiting lords. Scrot is available to be recruited again for 300. We also have Ulsus of Mordheim with the Sharp Claws. He gets a weapon strength and a charge bonus. He's going to cost 800 to recruit. Scrot's already been recruited, so I can pick him back up. I'm not sure what the cost of that's going to be. Fleet-footed. That's an interesting one. So I think there's plenty of opportunities here for us to pick up a lord again. So I think I am going to go ahead and disband this guy.
I, mighty warrior champion.
Alright.
8 beats is mine.
We want to go into stalking stance. And move back into our territory.
Move, move. To the nest, Barrow.
Yeah, we can't quite make it there. So that's where we're gonna be.
No fuzz, hate heat.
One full stack with a ton of poison wind globadiers. Maybe too many poison wind globadiers. This stack is definitely going to have to be reorganized a little bit with our second army once we get that. Alright, so we have some new technology that we can research, it looks like. Well, not really, just one. Plus 30 food capacity and 2 extra food generated per turn. I like that. It's only going to take 1 turn to get that. We're at 5,000, so in about 2 turns we can upgrade this to tier 5, which is what I've been wanting to do for a while now. And once that's done, we can start demolishing the food production buildings and replacing them with alternatives. Plus 2 food's going to be a welcome change. So the plan currently, in my mind, is regroup our army in Qatar, upgrade our capital to tier 5, and then try to negotiate a temporary peace deal with the Greenskins, so we can head to the south and take out the Dwarven faction down there. We'll need to recruit a second army. We may end up recruiting that army to the south in the Lost Plateau and building it up there. However, the Lost Plateau region doesn't have the quality of troops that I can get in our capital, so we'll have to see. Food capacity has been increased, food generation has also been increased. Why it only went to -1 when we were at -2 and we just got 2 more, I don't know. But we are 1 turn away from being able to afford this. So we can get here and that'll be good. We'll get these guys all healed up. And then we'll figure out how we're going to go about recruiting. In fact, I can recruit. These are really expensive to do the global pool. The only thing I can recruit here is Skaven slaves, which we're not going to bother with. Alright, we have some new commandments. The upkeep of warp fire throwers, poison wind globadiers, and death bombardiers. Increased ammunition for infantry. Okay, we're running a lot of those units. Missile damage and range is increased. I think the reduced upkeep cost of those units might be worth more. We're going to get both of these. It's going to take 12 turns. Which one of these is going to be more valuable in 12 turns? Probably the damage and range. So let's go with that. We're likely to get in a fight in the next 12 turns more than we're going to enjoy massive benefits from a decreased upkeep cost. We don't have a lot of these guys yet, so even the 5% is probably not that important. Alright, this should be the turn.
Yes, yes.
Just to review here, we are grabbing the food generation exploitative plan, which is the only thing that's keeping our food from just completely tanking. This will help as well. Once we get it built, it does increase food generation, so accelerate this. Greenskins are way stronger than us. That has a lot to do with the fact that we just nuked our army against the Dwarven's defenses. And just gave them the city in return, which kind of sucks, but one thing that we could do is start raiding over here again. Maybe make up a little bit of income and food. Also gain some experience for Queek. Alright, so now we're back to +1 food. That's good. Potential Goatman army on the way. But we can finally get this. And as we get this, we can go ahead and demolish our breeding pit. So what is the breeding pit providing us? 80 gold, 40 growth, casualty replenishment, and Skaven corruption. If I were to replace it with something, what would I want to replace it with? This is another building, the rubbish pit, which we grabbed just for the money. 5% recruitment cost reduction isn't terrible. I'll have to think about that. Let's go to the building browser for here, and let's take a look at what we have options to grab. So the Skaven slave wheels. This one is the one I think I want to replace this with, because I can get this all the way up to rank 5. This generates some food, unlocks some plans within plans, 100% income from all buildings. Alright, I think that's what we're gonna do. So I'm going to go ahead and demolish the breeding pit since we have no more use for growth. And at the same time, go ahead and upgrade that. While we have the cash, we might as well get this territory as maxed out as we can. And build up a big stockpile of cash for a few turns so that we can recruit a nice army of armor-penetrating units. This camera settings. I didn't click on camera settings. That was weird. Alright, well, I was a little worried that the orcs were just going to come and wipe us out and end the video really soon. That might still happen, but it's not going to happen immediately, which is nice. We do need to get Queek over here, but I think not before we get some of this stuff upgraded. I may end up pulling his army out and doing some raiding with it. Recruit a Lord. 12 turns to complete. And we will get a reward of minus 15% recruitment cost and +1 recruitment rank for all units. So we definitely want to consider doing that when we start recruiting our army. But we don't need to do that for a few turns. What I would like to do is get this army out and start raiding with it. It looks like it's going to be 2 more turns before these clan rats are completely restored. And we want to take a look at our situation with that particular faction. So
address me as your highness.
We are weaker than them currently. We're weaker than everybody currently because we did, like I said,
something to tempt me, Skaven.
Nuke one of our armies. But I think we'll be able to recoup pretty quickly. Let's go ahead.
Curse you, you!
grab the slave wheels. So I'm curious how much money this is actually going to be. It's 60% income from all buildings. If I go to provinces, Channel Valley is producing quite a bit of income, and so a 60% increase to that is fairly significant. So I think this is definitely the way to go. We'll see how we do from there. Things that I'm very much interested in not having is I want to replace this building with something else at some point, but it's going to require us leveling this up before we can, so that we can keep our public order high enough. The food is positive, but it's only positive because we are using the, oh, whatchamacallit, what is this called? Exploitative planning? Yeah.
I, mighty warrior champion.
We haven't leveled up. We do have this now. Plus 10 armor, plus 5 melee defense, a 10% ward save, extra Skaven corruption, and a passive ability of warp shard armor, which is a hex and reduces the armor of enemy units. So that's pretty cool. Apparently we don't have to equip this. It's just an effect that goes over the top of our normal armor. I'm not sure. When I go over here, yeah, it doesn't really give me the option. Go ahead and move him into there. That's a really good one. 8% movement range and 10% recruitment cost reduction. This banner gives one of my units extra attack. Alright, I'm feeling pretty optimistic. Quest. We have not completed this quest yet. Quest issued. Capture and occupy the following settlement. Alright. The whip breeders is the one that I'm interested in getting. We want to get that soon, but not right away. So unfortunately the battle that was won in the last game didn't count for Queek, because I think we lost the first one and then won the second one, but it was using the other general with Queek as a reinforcement maybe. Oh, I can't quite remember. Coming over here and crushing them might be in our best interest at this point. If we're even remotely strong enough to do so, which we'll find out here very shortly, because I'm going to walk over there and see what their defenses look like. How many? I can't really click on anything while this is rolling. I can't remember how many territories are in this region. I think it's 3. that's useful. Construction costs have been reduced. So now's a great time to spend a bunch of money on construction if we want to. Yeah, there are 3. And this is the capital city. Hold on a second. Alright, so this territory is split up between 3 different people. I don't think that attacking this is probably going to end well for us, but what does the garrison look like? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They got 9 units in that garrison. Alright, what could we recruit? Just a couple of Skaven slaves, I guess. Just to fill out our stack. And then we run in there. Take the walls down. Just pelt them with ranged attacks. Maybe. Maybe. Alright, what upgrades can we do? Now's a great time to start upgrading buildings. Costs are reduced across the board. We went from 1,300 to 1,700, almost 1,800. So I think we're going to continue to upgrade that. And then down here in the Lost Plateau,
This is dark omen.
I think public order is at -1. We need to get these. I think this might be worth grabbing. This will give us some better defense if we do get attacked from the south. Go ahead and grab that for now. And over here,
Spread our own corruption.
is it worth upgrading this at all? I don't know that it is. I mean, I guess it gives us another slot. I really need to be saving up my money, though. Yeah, we're gonna pass on the upgrades to this one for now. So I want to be careful to make sure that we recruit that lord fairly soon, so we can recruit that army at a greatly discounted cost. And we also want to make sure that Queek's army is back at Karag Ord, so that we can upgrade his army as well. We're mostly going to want to be grabbing Storm Vermin and Poison Wing Globadiers. Maybe go like 50-50 with the infantry and the ranged units. Okay, Vomek is ready for duty again. He's the one that will probably recruit because he's already a level 9. Now's the time to get this army out and maybe do some raiding.
Horned ones, realm wakens. I, mighty warrior champion.
Address me as your highness.
Alright, so he has 2 armies here, but one of them is completely empty. I think probably just raiding in this territory for now is the best thing we can do.
Mine.
We'll have to wait till next turn to do that. And if one of his armies wants to come out and fight us, I think we can handle that. Turns until that's completed. We're gonna skip that. We can upgrade this, which we should do. And we should end the turn. So I think what I'm going to do instead of fighting him is just raid and head south with that army. I don't want to get too far away from Karagord. I mean, maybe that army's good enough. Just head south with that one and start recruiting in the next few turns here. Maybe. I wouldn't be opposed to taking over the other faction down here to the south. They look like they're much weaker. What do we know about Springs of Eternal Life? They actually have more settlements than Numus has. And they're 11th in strength, so they're actually stronger than Numus. But Numus has... Well, the advantage of taking out Numus is he only has 1 settlement. If we take him out...
My will be done.
If we manage to take him out, we've got 2 of the 3 territories in this region. We really need to get into some fights, so I think we're going to go ahead and give this a try.
No fuzz, hate heat. Please, track. I challenge, kill, kill.
Alright, what do we have here? My goodness, he's got a lot of armies. Alright, we're going to give our banner to our toughest unit. And I think we're just going to siege. Now, I'm not sure how this works with lightning strike. I think there's a good chance that we would be able to attack one of his armies
Enslave. Quick,
with
master
lightning
holder.
strike.
Time for things to die.
I think we'll just continue sieging for now.
Battle fight, yes, yes! Attack! Attack!
Can I attack just this army?
Get the things!
No.
Not my fault! Stab, stab, die, die! Rakatator!
Okay, I can attack this army. And we can lightning strike. If we lightning strike this army, it's just him versus my entire stack.
Time for things to die, die!
Yeah, we'll do that. Helm of Discord. Rank gained.
More quick!
With Queek's enemies defeated, he is prompted by his pitiful inferiors to return to the previous Clan Mor's duties. After all, Nadwell would not look kindly on one who ignores his command. Queek's personal honor is far more important. Alright, so we've gained a bunch of stuff. I think Queek gained a level.
Challenge me!
Okay, what do we want to put points into? Inspiring presence, pack leader, blade master, weapon strength for storm vermin. Tail weapon, missile resistance, and magic resistance. Missile resistance could be worthwhile. Quartermaster could also be really worthwhile, keep our income rolling, but it would take all 3 points in that to really be worthwhile. I think we just make him a little bit better in combat, and then we can run down this, because this is really what Queek's all about, one-on-one combat. I think that line is probably the preferred line to get. And then I also wanted to look at armor.
Notice me.
Okay. Helm of Discord. So it's still not... It's still not showing up as having this, so I guess we'll have to see when we get into a battle if we actually have the activated ability.
A magic stick.
We can fight this army with Lightning Strike as well. Lightning Strike is such a powerful ability.
Next time.
Auto-resolve this one. Leadership. Replenishment.
Feel power of head taker. Followed quick head taker.
Gained another level.
My win. Nothing to do with you.
Blade Master, higher armor, lizard men and dwarves, leadership. percent bonuses are better later in the game. I think for now, do we just want to be tougher? What is our armor rating currently? Armor's at 115. This probably has a better effect since armor's already way high. We'll just go ahead and increase our melee attack some more.
Yes, yes. Quick always wins.
Alright, so we're in a
Quick fight.
better state here.
Who dares
We'll just
challenge
continue.
me?
Continue sieging.
This is forbidden.
Next turn we'll wipe him out and get rid of him.
Attack! Attack!
Battering rams or siege towers. How many units do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 4, 6.
Gouger is ready.
I doubt we're going to stay here that long. Food's in a little bit better place. Okay, lots of opportunities to upgrade things and enough money to do it. We should upgrade both of those. Is there anything else that we need to upgrade? Lost Plateau.
What's your back tail?
Can't really upgrade anything here yet. Um, 9 turns before we recruit a lord and raise banners. Earn the following amount of money from raiding. Okay, we need to be raiding.
Die, die.
I can't really be raiding right now, but we can go ahead
Just in
and
for
upgrade this
now.
guy. Triangulation. Warp lightning. A magic damage attack. Good in AoE, or just increase the effectiveness of our artillery. 7% extra damage. Yep, we have a lot of this right now, so I guess that makes sense.
Battle fight, yes, yes.
We actually... Okay, he could actually move there, but the army can't. Yeah.
Kill, slay, maim.
Alright. Go ahead and get through another turn here and see if we can't finish these guys off. If I can get the second army to come out, and then we can just take the garrison on solo, I think we have a pretty good chance of winning. Now I'm not sure if Lightning Strike applies when they attack us. If it does, then that's going to give us a much better chance to win. So they're not giving us the option. So we can retreat, which I think we're gonna do.
Not my fault.
And if they want to come out and get us, that's fine.
Singe fur, too hot.
So I should...
8 pieces, mine, mine. More head skulls.
Quest issued. Kill 1,000 enemies in battle. Okay. So I should be able to attack his army.
I challenge. Kill, kill. Time for things to die, die.
And now he is toasty. And some loot has been gained.
Conductor charged.
And we can start raiding.
Running gas.
Get that raiding gold. Alright, we can upgrade over here again. Public order. We really don't need this right now. Public order's at 100. The only benefit of grabbing that now would be being able to demolish this and put something else in this slot. Not sure if that's worthwhile. I'm gonna get 2 more slots here in a second, so I really don't need this. I think we're gonna wait. I need the money. We need to start stockpiling cash in order to get our army built. Winning this fight will help, but even if we don't, I'm not super concerned as long as we don't take a lot of casualties.
Too weak to betray.
This is really going to help. 12% extra damage and yeah, on our artillery and our he's almost another level too, so alright, this is going much better than previous sessions have. We'll see what we can do here. I think we're finally at a point where we're going to fix our income and we can actually run 2 full stacks of armies while still having a surplus. The problem before was we were running 2 full stacks and our food got really low, our gold got really low, we couldn't even afford it, the upkeep cost. But now that our buildings in our main settlements are upgraded to near max, I think we're in a much better place. If you have any recommendations in watching this as to a better build order than the one that I'm doing, please mention it in the comments section below. Okay, he's attacking us with 2 armies. I think we retreat. And if he comes out after us, I'm fine with that.
Yes, yes. What now? Raid and find. Move, move.
All major port owners have become known to each other via diplomacy. Okay. We'll skip that one.
Quick will come for you. What?
Do I want to jump across the border and replenish my units a little bit?
Quick!
I think so. We'll jump across the border, replenish our units, and then head back over maybe. From right here, how many turns is it? It's 1, 2, almost, it'll be 3 turns. 2 turns if we march.
Quick move later.
We want... I got 7 turns left before we need to get this done. So I have a few turns left to try and resolve this. One thing that would be really nice is if these guys smash their army into them, and then we come in and clean them up.
What now?
We'll see. Alright, we got new slots. Things that we want to consider building. Probably need to consider building these. Rat ogres would be nice. Rat ogres are going to be imperative against the orcs. We're definitely going to need rat ogres. Plague monks are also pretty good against orcs. Both of those buildings are of high potential value. Getting the higher level assassins and death runners, not so useful against dwarves. This building's already built. This might be worth building. It's going to generate some income, but it's also going to give us some trade. The problem is we don't have any trade partners right now. So I'm not so sure that that's the best thing to go building right now. I guess the question is, do we really want these units in this army? Or do we just improve our defenses? We haven't really been threatened yet. So I'm almost of the mind that we don't even bother. I think we wait, and if we spend anything, we spend money on this. But saving up a bunch of money to recruit our lord and a big army of storm vermin is really what I want to do. What about down here?
Where shadow? Horned rat.
We could upgrade that. We should upgrade this to this tier, which will give us storm vermin with halberds. I'm not so keen on upgrading the breeding pit at this point because we can't really upgrade the size of our city. And I want to save that money. So I think this is probably the best thing to do. End another turn. I think we'll be wrapping this one up here pretty soon. I think it's gone particularly well, all things considered. I would like to get Queek's army over here and try and win a fight with these guys, but I'm just not sure that I can do it solo. Especially with the makeup of the army that we have right now. We really don't have much of a front line. And while we can just sit back and just wreck them with catapults, eventually we will run out of our ammo. And once we run out of ammo, we're in big trouble. So I'm not sure picking a fight with those guys is the best idea. Anyways, okay, he's got another army out again. What do we got going on over here?
My servant fails me.
He's got another army out mustering.
Warlord Quick-Headtaker.
So we have a couple options. We can come over here and fight this guy's army.
Fuithra chaos.
We can fight this guy's army.
Keep Gracious scum away.
I think we just keep beating up on this guy. Right?
Hot or cold, Quick always wins. Kill no fuzz. Enslave. Quick master owner. Yes, Mimi stronger.
Alright.
Move.
Alright, where did he retreat to?
No. I, mighty warrior champion.
Okay, get off my screen.
Warlord Quick-Headtaker.
Alright, another level up. We'll go another rank of Blade Master.
What?
I can't really move,
Run and dash.
which is unfortunate. Even though I have...
I win. Nothing to do with you.
The yellow bar represents this character's movement range. Why are we unable to move?
More head skulls. No trophies today. Set tails to scamper march. Off ship, raid.
Alright, well, we'll raid and see what happens. Can I encamp?
Need more trophies.
I can't.
Yes.
Let's do that. We'll heal up a little bit more. And if we get attacked, we get a bonus. I don't really need the money right now. We're making really good money every turn. We want to wait until the very end of this quest thing So we've got 6 more turns remaining before we get back over here. This is going to give us 4 turns of really, really cheap recruitment. And that's why we want to stockpile as much money as possible so we can buy as many, mainly storm vermin, as possible. I think I have enough catapults and wind globadiers in this army. So if I could just fill out a full stack of storm vermin, that would be pretty awesome. Yeah, I don't think we're going to do that. Alright, we wanted to go ahead and grab this. And that might be it. So that did take a lot of our money. But I think in the long run, we're going to get the payoff by moving up to that rank. We go from plus 80% to plus 90%, so it's an extra 10%. I don't know how long 10% is going to take to pay itself back, but 10% of our income is pretty good. Also, an extra food will be generated. And plans within plans. I'm not sure what that is. We should check that out and see if it's worth looking at upgrading that as well. Plans within plans. I don't see it. Devious plans. Monstrous plans. Plans within plans. More food capacity and more food generation. So maybe not that important. So this might be as high as we get that in the short term. We're not building anything there. Let's see what's going on over here. So in this turn, crank that up to faster speed. And I think we'll probably end the video after this turn. Alright. They've declared war on us. So... That's of minor concern, but maybe we want to consider building the defensive structure in our eastern territory. Alright, I think we can probably win this. Armored and armor-piercing infantry. we'll retreat.
Yes, yes.
I don't really want to fight this fight. It looks like that other army did attack them.
I forbid this. My faith in you wanes.
Yeah, they're injured, so they got attacked by that other army. So this actually might be our best opportunity to come in here and...
Mighty warrior.
we're injured too, though.
Trust him for now.
Extra ammunition. I think we're gonna go with extra ammunition for our catapults and wind globadiers.
Need more trophies, yes.
If we attack this city, I just don't know. I mean, if we attack the city, we can literally just stand back and bomb them to smithereens. But I really want this army ready to go, so I think instead we're gonna retreat,
Declare this nest mine.
regroup, and get ready to head south. Disband those Skaven slaves. We don't really need them anymore.
Keep Gracia scum away.
I don't know that we even really want the clan rats, but they're not terrible units, so we'll keep them for now.
Our clan rules here.
We can reduce recruitment cost by 5% more. So yeah, what we're going to do is, I'm going to go ahead and end the video now, but we're going to bring Queek over here, we're going to recruit a lord over here, and we're going to start building 2 armies. Queek's going to need just a handful of storm vermin. The other army is going to be comprised mostly of storm vermin and maybe some more poison wind globadiers. Probably not too much else. And then we're going to head south with both of those armies and try to take out the dwarves of Karak and Zorn. So that is what we're doing. Of grave concern here. Yeah, we've got a problem. Okay, well, maybe we're recruiting a lord right now. I think we're gonna have to.
Clan City, territory marked.
Yep. Recruit. Alright, so who do we want? Scrot? No, we wanted this guy, Vormik.
masterful of masters. We are brave, mighty.
Alright.
Lizard thing. Guide us, Horned One.
This could be bad. But this is what we're going to do. We'll see how it pans out. I may opt for doing something slightly different, but I think this is where we're going to end the video. Hopefully we get this army built before they attack us. Maybe they'll just come in and raid. I'm not sure. Taking 2 turns to muster these is a little bit of a pain in the ass. But you can see we're able to buy quite a few of them. I might have rather recruited him here. That would have definitely given us the time to grab them. Unfortunately, that means that we'd probably lose this settlement. So we'll see what happens. I also have my rights. I need to look at that, but we'll do that next time. So this will be it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, we'll continue this series through the month of October. And if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. Like the video, share it with your friends, and we'll see you next time.